How's everyone doing this day? Huh? Y'all doing alright? It's a great Saturday morning. I'm getting my shoes and stuff on and head to the gym. But this video is going to be about answering some questions that you guys asked the other day on my Instagram. Mostly all pertaining to Estonia and Europe and stuff in general, since it's where I've been the last, guys, it's been like 8 months now, 9 months. So, because it was my first time ever doing that ask questions thing on Instagram, and a lot of y'all started really asking some good questions about Estonia stuff, and it gave me this idea of, maybe I really need to do a video about it, because I can't really answer them all in the Instagram platform. But the video, I can talk while I want, maybe get y'all some more information. But I need to go to the gym first. I'm not saying I'm healthy, or even trying to act like I'm healthy, but I'm trying to change that. I'm trying to get in the habit of going to the gym. I think I eat alright. I really don't eat too much junk food, but I definitely need to work out some. So, anywho, let's get this day started. And it is an absolutely gorgeous day outside here in Estonia. Don't let it fool you, it's still only plus 2 degrees Celsius, which is only like 35, I think, degrees Fahrenheit. I'm pretty good at that. I'm pretty sure it's about around 35. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous since springs came around. Actually, I'm not sure if it's fully spring here yet, because the calendars are kind of weird. Because I know back in the States, you've already had the daylight savings time, but we haven't had daylight savings time here. So instead of being 8 hours difference from my people back at home in the central time zone, it's now 7. I don't know, just weird fact. But one of the questions asked is, are there any Asians in Estonia? I chuckled at this one for a little bit, because Asia is a very large continent, and depending on which part of Asia, the answer can vary. But overall, yes, there is quite a wide range of Asians, because you have, I know people here from Iran, South Korea, Malaysia. Well, Malaysia might be considered more Oceania, but India. There's a whole lot of them here, especially in Tartu. If you're not familiar with Tartu, the University of Tartu, it is an absolutely enormous, international, city, I would say. It, because the university brings in so many different people from different nationalities here for schooling through their programs. It has a wide group of people. So I guess I'll use my program as an example. And so you have me, that's the American. Then there's 3 Russians, guy from Malaysia, guy from South Korea, girl from Iran, guy from Morocco, Ghana, Cameroon, girl from Moldova. And so yeah, that's a pretty diverse group of people, and most of the programs here, from my understanding, kind of follow suit with that. So yeah, and then another question is, I got asked from you guys, what's my favorite thing about Estonia and what's my least favorite thing about Estonia. And I might actually have to think on this one a bit, even though I've already thought on it a little bit as is. It's quite rough. So we'll start with things I don't like. So two things immediately come to mind when I think of things that I don't like about Estonia. First one, hold on, let me cross this road. You don't guys want me hit, do you? Walking and recording. I wonder if this is bad as texting and driving. Okay. So, first thing that comes to mind is the freaking winters, man. And I'm not complaining about the winters because they're cold. I'm talking about the winters because they're dark. And, you know, just what I went through this past winter, like, yeah. Sad seasonal aided depression, or whatever that acronym is supposed to stand for, is true. I don't think I've ever felt anything like that. Like, I could deeply tell I was depressed because I knew that just wasn't me. Another crossing. So, okay, the second part that I don't like is this one's gonna come off kind of weird. Well, I might get some crap for this one. Is Estonians, they are very cold, very reserved people, which I've talked to some of my other friends about why that may be, but they it takes a while for them to open up to you. They don't really have this warm, kind of fuzzy spirits that you might get in the South, where you can just kind of say hi to everyone and ask how they're doing, how the mom them is doing. That's real Southern right there. Yeah, around here it's just, unless you're already in their friend group or you gotta talk to them for one particular thing, it's just, they'll look at you weird for coming up and trying to start a conversation with them. Unless they're drunk, apparently. Apparently if they're drunk, they open up. But why do you gotta be drunk? Why can't we just all be friends? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? Alright, so yeah, there's that. Though I have had a few Estonians open up and I'm really good friends with them and I appreciate them to death. But overall, I wish I could find a way to open up to more of them, but everything I've seen, been told, is that you try to give them time. It's just the way they are. And I guess one example of that is I had one, so in the States, when you see a friend or something like that, you always say, hey, how you doing? I did that to this one Estonian a couple times, and probably about the third or fourth time I did it, they stopped and they said, why are you asking that? Why you always ask that? So yeah, I know it's from your well, I'm like, I really had no idea to answer it. But yeah, that's it. Alright, I'm here at the gym, so let's get this workout in and I'll get back to you. Sorry about the winds, guys. It's a windy day. Actually, it's been windy here for a little bit. But that was a great workout. I just got in. My legs are... it's going to be a fun walk. And going up these stairs here in a minute is going to be lots of fun. But, so I talked about the things that I didn't like about Estonia. Now the things I do like about Estonia. I like this whole e-commerce thing. Well, not e-commerce, I have to scratch that. No. The whole like ESTONIA type concept. Because it's really awesome because, so, you have your Estonian ID, and it's used for pretty much anything. You know, you don't got, it's used for like driver's license, it holds our medical information, holds all pertinent information possible, and then on top of that, several stores will have rewards program, and they use the same card. It's like a catch-all. Like, why wouldn't you want to do it? Instead of carrying around a keychain full of reward scam things, it's all on the card. So you just, and there you go. You get your rewards benefits. I love it. It's amazing, simplistic. Other thing I like about Estonia, I don't know. Food here is kind of bland. Apparently the summers here are really nice, but I've yet to experience that. You know, that might be something I would say too, but I've yet to experience it, and oddly enough, I won't experience it because I'm going to be leaving before the summer actually gets here, which is kind of You know, I really kind of want to celebrate the midsummer solstice and whatnot, but can't experience it all. Then there's someone asked you know what, guys, let me get in here, my mind's all over the place. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Thanks for holding on with me. I had to get my mind right and kind of think about things a second while I walk back to my place. If this daggone thing will not open. There it is. Also got me some snacks, some salami. Alright, so where was I? Okay, so I thought about it as I was walking back through here. My favorite thing about Estonia, besides the whole ESTONIA thing and what they got going on with their government system and stuff, is how cheap and easy it is to eat good here. By good, I mean healthy. Because you can very easily make yourself a nice dinner and stuff, and it's really cheap. I don't know what they have going on to make things, healthy foods, as cheap as they do here, but it's definitely better than the States, where it's cheaper to go eat a bag of chips and whatnot than a cheeseburger than it is to like go have a really nice healthy meal. So I don't know why that is, but I love that here. So been eating healthy, it's good stuff. So this is going to, these next couple questions is going to the like more of like UT, like the University of Tartu stuff. Do I recommend Estonia for international students? Yes, I do. and they ask mostly for IT. Yes, if you're in IT and you want to learn more about IT, or you want to find jobs in IT, Estonia's the place. The amount of startups here that needs developers, like back-end developers with Java and all that fun jazz, Estonia's the place, because they really promote um, IT sector, startups. You know, there's so much here going on with IT development, which is something I think they did really great um, after the fall of the Soviet Union, is how they was going to structure their economy, and they pretty much moved it all into IT, which is really interesting, and I think it was a really great move on their part. What's the admission rate? Um, I honestly I don't know what the admission rate is to the University of Tartu. That's I'm sure they probably have it on their website, maybe. Um, but good luck to you. Hope you get in. Um, why did I choose Estonia? Why did I choose Estonia? Oh, I chose Estonia because about a little more than a year ago now, I was sitting on my couch in Mobile, Alabama, and I just happened to get the idea of how cool it would be to go to grad school abroad. So, be completely honest here, I wasn't all that enthusiastic about going to grad school, but the idea of going to grad school abroad really kind of resonated with me, especially after, like, just a couple months before that, I was in South Africa. So, and it was my first time abroad, so I really had this idea of, like, I just want to go back out, outside the States for a little bit. And so good old Google came in handy, and I typed in grad schools, well, GIS grad schools abroad or something, some combination of keywords. And I found the University of Tartu, and the program that I'm currently in now, the geoinformatics program. And so went through, checked that out, liked what I saw, liked what the program had to offer. And then I started doing some digging into Estonia because, heck, I know I'm a geography major now, but, like, whoever hears of this country? I mean, especially from the States, like, Estonia, everyone's like, where's that at? Like, I even had to, like, be like, okay, that seems cool, but where's this place at? And I'm like, oh. Then I was, like, started digging into the history and, like, watching several YouTube videos about, like, the country and the whole ESTONIA thing, and the e-residency program stuff that they have here. And I thought, holy cow, this is, like, really awesome place, especially, like, with the startups and this and that. And so I got really excited to come here, and so I applied. And plus, it also helped that to apply here, you didn't have to have the GRE. You didn't, well, being a native English speaker, I didn't have to take the English test, because they're English taught programs. And yeah, and then, so I was like, and so all I had was fill out the application, write a motivation letter, pay the application fee, which at the time I'm like, I think it's like $50 or something like that. What's $50? I give it a try. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to get it. I did not think I was going to be here. So I was like, who in the world is going to let some southern boy from Mobile, Alabama, fly all the way across the world to come study here in Estonia? Well, apparently they did. So that's pretty much how I ended up here. I have enjoyed my time here so far. There's some things that I don't like, of course, but everyone's got an opinion. Like, it is what it is. But that's the reason why I chose Estonia, and it has paid off really nice. I like the education I'm getting. Um, and University of Tartu is a wonderful university to be at, and it's in the 1.2 top, well, the top 1.2% of universities in the entire world. So it's got some grit there. So yeah, next question. What thing makes Estonia special? Probably. Probably all that I just talked about. The whole ESTONIA, the um, e-residency. For those that don't know about the e-residency, that is an amazing thing that they offer. Um, where essentially you can become an Estonian resident, not citizen. Let's clarify that real quick. You can become an Estonian resident and take part in their tax system and tax benefits and stuff for small businesses and whatever, especially for e-commerce. That's probably the most awesome thing that I can say about Estonia is that, and their nature. Their nature's pretty cool. I wish there was more mountains here to like go alongside of it, but if you ever want just a really nice walk in the woods, there's plenty of that to do here. Let's see. Next question. Can you prove the stereotype about uncultured and isolated Russians in Estonia? So, I actually did kind of respond to this one on Instagram. But it's a tricky one because, first off, I haven't heard this stereotype. Just to be clear, honest, I have not heard this stereotype at all here. But so I can't prove it or disprove it or whatnot because I am not knowledgeable of it. The only thing I am knowledgeable of is the segregation that has happened within Estonia between the Russians and Estonians, and that's a whole mixed problem. I study it a little bit, not very well in depth, but you know, you have the Estonian education system is actually separated into like two systems. So, you know, you have Russian schools and Estonian schools, and so that just furthers the segregation and stuff that's happening, which can be a problem. Well, is a problem, I guess you can say. But yeah, there's no way to prove it. I can just say that yeah, there's segregation between the two ethnicities, but that's about it. Um, but I will say there's a difference between like I'm not sure if I'm using this term correctly, but like Esto Russians, like Estonian Russians, like Russians born in Estonia, and then like the Russians coming in from Russia and like going to school and stuff here. Because I don't think the Russians coming in are as segregated as the Russians that currently live here. I think they're more willing to try to integrate in. I don't know. That's just my. I'm. Okay. On to the next one. Can I tell the difference between Estonia and other European countries? Yep. Absolutely. It's not that hard. Because even from Estonia to Latvia, I think Latvians are more open and willing to talk and have fun and conversate with you than Estonians. That's the biggest one. Second thing, food. Estonians, they like their things sweet and kind of bland. It's just like I picked up some tomato sauce over here for spaghetti, and it was sweet, and I don't like my spaghetti sauce sweet. It doesn't. No. So food, and then architecturally, you know, you have Old Town in Tallinn, you have Old Town in Tartu, which is where a bunch of, well, it's mostly this town center in Tartu. But you have that architecture, which it's pretty common. But the biggest things that still stand out is the Soviet style buildings that you can find in, especially like the large housing complexes or housing estates. Those, they're honestly, they're boring and terrible and kind of depressing to look at. But yeah, that's the Soviet architecture. So but yeah, that's also a big way to tell. But you can also kind of tell that in some of the other Eastern European countries. But as something I haven't really traveled around to a lot of the rest of Europe yet. So, but those are things that I really attribute to Estonia. So, then last question. Where do I plan on going next, and can you join? So, actually, it's Willis. Willis can come in. Say hi to Willis. This is my roommate.
Hi.
From Texas.
Texas, yeah.
Can you do a yeehaw?
Yeah! I can't do it. No, I'm not gonna do.
Alright, so that's one of my roommates. Pretty good guy. You saw him on one of the other videos when I went to Riga. So the next plans for me is, so as I mentioned earlier, I won't be in Estonia to this summer, and actually I probably won't be here this fall either, because I'm doing an internship this summer in Brno, Czech Republic, and so that's my next place I plan on checking out and exploring for a little while. And then after that, I'm still waiting to hear back, but I'm taking part of the Erasmus Sheen or program thing that they have going on here, that the EU does, and I think it's great, honestly. And I'm not sure if I'm going to be in Germany or Austria or where I'm going to end up. So I'm still waiting to hear back from that on how that's going to be. But yeah, if you want to come to Europe and do a European trip, you most definitely can come join. But other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I appreciate all the questions that you guys asked on Instagram, and if you aren't following me on Instagram, you can follow me at Brent_travels. I'll just put it right here, and then also put a link to it below. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments, questions, ideas for other videos, I'm still waiting for spring to really kick in some more before I film. I do like a Tartu film. But yeah, if you got any other ideas that you'd like to see, put them in the comments below. Any other questions, put them in the comments below. I will meet you all there. Give it a good like. That helps me out a lot. Subscribe so you don't miss any other videos. And see y'all next time.